Hey, this is Johnny Bean, live 4:34 p.m. A little earlier tonight. February 3rd, 2017. Who's in here? Who is that looking at me?
It's me.
Nice. Is that a jacket?
No,
Nice jacket, man.
it's my beach towel.
Cool.
I'm just cold and I don't want to put a hoodie on, so I put this over me.
Uh-huh. Were you at the beach today?
Yep.
Nice.
I was at the Son of the Beach
Uh-huh.
today.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yes.
Okay, let's refresh it. Here we go. There it is. All right. Welcome, everybody. Here we are. Got 10 people. 11 people. 6 thumbs ups. Yes. So anyway, I'm Johnny Bean. I don't know if I said that.
You did.
Probably did.
And I'm not. I'm not Johnny Bean.
No. You're not. No. Who are you?
I'm David Nesdall. Dale.
David Nesdall. Cool. Cool. Hey, Sean Zimmerman. Hey, Rich. Hey, Stefan, John, the Omega, Blackie DH, Steve Anderson. What's up, Beaches? Hey, TWF 7847. Hey, everybody. Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, we're a little earlier tonight. Basically, we have to be done roughly in about an hour or so, probably. So jumped on a little earlier.
Yeah.
A little earlier tonight, Friday night. Figure we'll talk.
It is Friday.
Talk some guitars. Yes. Yes. What did you miss? Adam, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, we just turned this thing on.
We just started. Hey, Charlie S. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Yes. So, did you all you guys see that George Lopez video? Just like 40 minutes ago?
No, what video is that?
Dave's always the last.
Because I don't live on Facebook. I don't live on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. He posted a video on well, I won't say what it is. Everybody go check it out. Go check out on George Lopez on his Instagram account. But it's everywhere now. VHND just put it up. It's spreading like,
Wild.
Yeah. It's awesome though. It's awesome. But basically what he's doing is he's promoting the new LBX2, the new EVH amplifier, the new lunchbox.
Oh, cool.
Amazing amplifier. I love it.
Does he actually play yet? Is he playing guitar?
You have to watch the video. Go watch the video.
Okay.
Don't watch it right now. Hey, Jared. Hey, Will. Adam. Oh, I already said Adam. William. Richard Ross. Hey, everybody. Yes, 26 people watching us. 12 thumbs ups. Tat Freak, hello. Steve Anderson, hello. Hello, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Will, you can ask me a question, and hopefully I can answer you.
Yeah.
I'm allowed.
Yeah. Well, make sure you read it first. If it's like, Dave, what blah 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 blah. You know?
Yeah. I do know.
Yeah. So anyway, there we go. There we go. Go check out the George Lopez video if you have not seen it yet. It's on his Instagram, but it's everywhere now. It's on VHND already. It's I even retweeted it and whatever on my pages, so it's everywhere. So it's great. Charlie S. Johnny, we're going to have me bounce on that yellow ball one day and play guitar at the same time. Maybe.
I pay good money to see that.
Yeah. We'll have to schedule that.
Pencil it in.
Yeah. Okay.
Will Dunham wants to know what my favorite Wolfgang is, and it's going to be the USA EVH branded Wolfgang, my white one. That's
your
my
favorite?
favorite. That's my favorite one.
Hmm. It's a great one, man. It's a great one. I haven't played. No, I have played that one. I played it at NAMM. Was it last year?
Mm-hmm.
I think. But this year I got to play the new one, the new version with the kill switch and the new neck pickup.
Yeah.
And that thing, I told you, that's a solid guitar, man. Solid. Amazing. I mean, they're like I always say, they're all amazing guitars. Everything EVH Gear puts out is incredible. That's why we sit here and and tell you guys this stuff.
Oh
um,
yeah.
but
Excuse me.
yeah, it's amazing, amazing stuff as always.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You're welcome, Will. You're welcome. I do love them all. I love all of my Wolfgangs, all of my EVH product, whether it be PV, EVH. You know, I even do love the Music Man. I just didn't like the one that I had.
what was wrong with it?
But it just didn't. It never played right. It just, you know, I couldn't get it to play the way I wanted it to. But and it's hard to explain. You know, people think just because it's the EB, you know, the Ernie Ball, that it automatically has this juju in it. You know, that it's the best thing since whatever. But you know,
Mojo.
sometimes they're not. Some, you know, most of the time they're great. Some of them just don't have it, and that one didn't. It was beautiful looking, but it just didn't have it.
Hmm. Well, the one that I have, I've been playing for not 25 years. Are you kidding?
Mm-hmm.
Has it been 25 years? 2002. No, 1992. Was that 25 years ago?
Hmm. Yeah.
That's insane if that is true, but yeah, my Ernie Ball Music Man has 25 years of you know, gigging, recording, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely mine definitely has the mojo as Cat Dumpling is saying, mojo juju. Can I say that on here? Is that
You can.
mojo juju? Is that okay?
You can. Because it's not Jew Jew, it's Juju.
Hmm. Yes. And Marcy just commented on my video on Facebook.
Cool.
Thank you, Marcy. She's not watching this, but I know she's actually jumped in here before. I've seen her in here.
Awesomes.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Well, that's too bad. You had to get rid of that guitar, man. I mean, that's
Yeah, you know, but there'll be others. I'm sure there will be others. I know there's going to be a pink one here sometime this month.
oh.
Sometime this month there'll be a pink one here. I'm not the owner of it, but you never know. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie is saying, "Hey guys, was at the Sam Ash, New York City yesterday. They had an EVH striped bling model, big bucks. Have you ever seen it? Metallic silver stripe? Yes.
Yeah, it's not silver stripes. It's white stripes, but it has cubit zirconias in it. It's striped with little diamond-like rocks in it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've only seen pictures. I've only seen pictures. Have you actually seen it?
No, I've only seen photos too. But yeah, it's a lot of money. It's for sale, but you know, it's got a lot of semi-precious stones in it, is what they're calling it.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I was at Greenwich Music today visiting Joe Suma.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was very cool. It was very cool. I dropped off a guitar for him that he loves.
How's Joe doing?
Joe is doing great. Today's his son's birthday, so happy birthday to Joe's son.
What's his son's name?
I didn't ask. Joe Jr.? I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
Well, he'll probably jump in here. So
Junior,
happy birthday. Happy birthday, man. That's cool. That's cool, man. What else? Let's see. I'm gonna read.
EVH.
I see that. My EVH Circles guitar Floyd tremolo arm squeals. Squeals? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
When loose. Can hear it through the amp. Have you guys dealt with this issue?
Eddie Van Halen seemed to like it. That's the whole intro to Intruder. The
Yeah.
whole intro to Pretty Woman is that sound.
That
People
is.
kill for that. People kill for that noise.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got Intruder
It's a
down
blessing
now
in
with that.
disguise. It's a blessing in disguise. Believe me, you want that noise. And if you don't want that noise, a little WD-40 in that mechanism will stop it. But I would keep it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's funny. That's great. It's amazing how Edward, came up with all these different techniques and sounds. And I mean, that was years before I discovered the band myself, when Diver Down came out, Intruder or whatever. But when I discovered that stuff, it was like, man, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's a great sound.
And it's so simple. I think it was what he said in an interview. It was the sound of like it made the sound of like a chain, is what it was.
Sure.
That's kind of what it was. That's cool. That's cool. So yeah. So who was it who said that?
That would be Stelmer VH.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. You want that sound. You want that. If you want, if you're trying to get all those licks down and techniques and whatever, that's part of it.
Yeah. Tat Girl says, Dave, I need to make you a quilt since you're always cold. I feel you. Yeah, I'm always cold. I have very thin blood, so it's winter. So, and I didn't want to put a big hoodie on today. So I'm just wearing I'm wearing a t-shirt and my I guess it's a bath towel, my Van Halen bath towel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or beach towel. I think it's a beach. I think it's a beach towel.
For me, it's a bath towel. It's not a beach towel.
For you, it's a washcloth.
Wow, that's a shot. I took a shot on that one.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I think it is a beach towel, though. I think.
Yeah, you're probably right. To the normal person, to the small person like Johnny, it's a beach towel. It might even be, a bedroom. It's a blanket.
To me, it's a blanket. Yeah, definitely. Where's Ron? I have no idea where Ron is.
Hey, Desiree.
Yeah. I think Ron's program was preempted. I think it's being retooled. Yeah. You freeze all the time? Somebody is saying. Man. Yeah, we'll get some Van Halen socks.
Socks.
Van Halen store. Don't they have Van Halen socks?
Oh, I don't know.
They probably do.
I'm going to sick Daniel Hall on you for if you're not nice to me, Johnny.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh,
man. So anyway.
TWF says, I saw Kenny Wayne Shepherd last night in Pasadena at the Rose Theater. Amazing guitar player. Yes, he is. And if you watched any of the 2015 Van Halen tour, he was the opening act, and he played 6 or 7 songs, but he was incredible. His set was incredible. It was great. He is absolutely a great guitar player. Mm-hmm. Adam, no, I didn't get my Ripley back, but I wasn't. It might be done. I just wasn't around to pick it up today. I was up in Connecticut today, visiting Joe Suma at his music store.
Greenwich?
Yes, Greenwich Music in Riverside, Connecticut.
That's right.
Which reminds me, Johnny's gonna get a 5150 guitar.
I am.
I think you are. I think you are. I think you're going to get an EVH branded 5150 guitar sooner than you think.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. I can't stop talking about that thing, man.
Well, yeah. It's absolutely there. When it comes in, it's yours.
Nice.
That's what I was told today, that when it comes in, it's earmarked for Johnny Bean.
Nice. Awesome. Can't wait. Can't wait, man. I got to play that thing at NAM, of course, and it's I say amazing way too many times during the day. Every other
Mhm.
word I say is amazing, especially, when I talk about this stuff. Um, but yeah, it's just, well, incredible is another word I'm going to use here. Okay. It's an incredible, amazing guitar.
I
And
can't wait for you to get it, man. I'm so psyched. I'm so happy and psyched for you, dude, because I know how much you love that guitar, and it's so cool. We have the best friends. Don't we have the greatest friends?
we have, can I say amazing?
Yes, you can.
Can I say incredible?
You can.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to show you guys, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, let me find the picture. Where is it? Here it is. There it is. This is the picture at the NAM show. Right there. That's it. The brand new EVHGEAR 5150.
And Johnny with his long blue hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that guitar, man.
TWF. This is uh, Johnny and I have different feelings on that amplifier. It's a fantastic amplifier. It's great. It sounds great. Johnny seems to think that you can gig with it. And I will say, if you're in a one guitar player band,
The
yes,
LBX.
it's plenty loud. If you're in a band that's only one guitar player.
He's
But
asking about the LBX too.
yes, the LBX too. Once you have more than one guitar player and you're sharing that mid range, it's going to be a little tougher to hear that amplifier, because it's just not loud enough when you have another guitar player, especially if the guitar player has an amplifier that's going to be more wattage than that.
Are you talking about what was it 15 watts?
Yeah,
Are you talking about just 15-watt amps just in general?
15-watt amps in general.
Because don't you have like different models, different kinds back there?
I do, but they're all 40 watts and above. And they're I mean, of course, the LBX is a tube amp, which is going to be louder than any solid state amp. But yeah, my smallest amplifier is 40 watts. They're all my amps are 40, 50, and 100 watts. I have had 20-watt amplifiers, but I've also played in two guitar player bands for most of my life. And even with a 20-watt amplifier, I would get lost in the mix, because the other guitar player would use a 30-watt or a 40-watt amplifier. And once that happens, it's just, you get lost. It gets lost.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's my whole argument. But I can understand, Johnny. You basically have played in a one guitar player band all the time, right? You're usually the only guitar player, correct?
For my own original music, yeah, yeah, yeah. If it's just me by myself, well, actually, I mean, where is it? Where is that amp? It's over there. Oh, it's right here. I actually, for rehearsals, I actually use this. I actually use this for rehearsals with this one band that I'm with. You know.
Yeah, but that's not gigging volume. You're not playing at
No,
gigging volume
no,
when you're rehearsing.
no. I don't gig with that, but I'm able to rehearse with it.
Yeah, well, I could
You know.
too as well. Rehearsal. I could have a rehearsal in my living room.
Mm-hmm. But no, what I'm saying though is you can almost use, I mean, there's so many different things, but as far as I know you want me to say it, there's a lot of things you want me to say here. The LBX2, it's loud. Go watch that George Lopez video that he just posted. Go check it out. You'll hear it. Thing's loud, man. And I could definitely gig with that thing. I know what you're saying about two guitar players. I mean, of course, if somebody has, a bigger amp, but you just, within a band, you have to work that out.
Well,
It's like you're not.
That's why I'm saying that in the situations that I'm in, even when it's the same volume, you know, a 40-watt amplifier with more headroom, even at the same volume as an amplifier like the LBX that doesn't have a lot of headroom to begin with, the cleaner amplifier is going to be louder. It's just going to be louder because there's more headroom. You're going to hear it sooner than you hear the distorted amplifier. And it's tough. It's tough to gig with. That being said, I'm not saying that it's a bad amp, and I'm certainly not saying that you can't gig with it if you're in a one guitar player band. It's just that you're sharing. If there's more than one guitar player, you're sharing that same mid range, and it's tough to hear it when you're playing with another guitar player.
What if both guitarists both have the same amp? What if they both have the LBX?
Oh, then you'll be able to hear each other. Yeah, it'll be the same thing. It'll be fine. It should be fine. But chances are that never happens.
No.
Very rarely happens.
Never?
Well,
rarely?
Very rarely does that happen, unless,
Yeah. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, though. I know it.
But do I want one of those amps? I absolutely want one of those amps. I would love to have one.
Oh, I'd love to have 12. I'd love to have 15 of those things all stacked up, But I mean, if you get, just getting down to it, the LBX, it is loud. It definitely is. It is loud. It's a lot louder than you would think.
It also depends on what cabinet you're playing out of. If you're going to play that amp out of a 412, it's going to be louder than playing it out of a 112.
Right. Yeah. It really depends on cabinets. I've played it through 412s. It's been great.
Mm-hmm.
It's been super loud. A friend of mine, Michael Gutierrez, he's actually playing a gig tonight in Folsom, California, with his band, Voodoo Punks. They do a bunch of covers, a lot of Van Halen, of course, a lot of different things. He uses the EVHGEAR, the 5153. Is it which one does he use? It's either the 50 watt or the 100 watt. I can't remember which one he has, but he uses two 112s.
Mm-hmm.
He has one underneath his amp, and then he has another one like to the side, acting as like a monitor for him.
Mm-hmm.
Is the way that he does it, and it's worked out great. I've seen him play live with it. I've helped him set the stuff up. But yeah,
that's cool. Good stuff.
Yeah, I wish I was there. I wish I was there to see him, but it's a little too far away, right now. And it was great seeing him at NAMM. My friend Mike. If you guys don't know, my friend Mike, he's the guy. Everybody knows him from the guy that won the Van Halen Kramer guitar back in 1985 at the NAMM show. He actually won it from a contest in a magazine, guitarist for the Praxian Musician, was it?
Yeah, that's what it was. He had one entry, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, just one entry, and he, it just goes to prove that people can win stuff.
Yeah,
that was a big win too.
Yeah,
lifetime subscription to the magazine, a guitar from Eddie Van Halen, a friendship with Eddie Van Halen. How about that? Who gets to say that? Who gets to say that? Yeah, I'm friends with Eddie Van Halen.
The dude has some stories, man.
Yeah,
he has lots of stories, and yeah, he's a cool dude. I've known him for several years, and we always catch up at NAMM. Although I've actually been to his studio, I've played the guitar, the guitar that he won, and it's great. It's
Mhm.
very, very cool. I mean, it's, we were talking about the Mojo and the Juju and all that stuff. That guitar definitely has it.
Mhm. Steve Anderson asks, "What's the importance of having a low serial number guitar?" The only importance of having a low serial number guitar is for resell. If you're going to resell it, collectors seem to like lower serial number guitars. Other than that, it's no big deal.
Hmm.
In Johnny's case, his Ripley guitar is number 5. That's pretty darn cool. The 5th one made, that's pretty cool.
Uh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Supposedly.
that's pretty cool.
Hmm. Wouldn't you think though? I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know anything about the assembly line at a guitar factory or anything. But wouldn't you think that the more guitars they make, the higher the serial numbers, the better the guitar it would be? Does that make any kind of sense?
Yes and no, but back then, especially back in the 80s when, I wouldn't no one would put it past those type of people after gigging on a weekend. They'd come to work on a Monday all worn out and kind of still drunk, or you know or whatever else, and they're building
Hmm.
guitars. You really don't want a Monday guitar or a Friday afternoon guitar when they're itching to get out. You know, you don't want that. You don't want those. But
You want a Wednesday morning
you want
guitar?
a Wednesday. You want a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday guitar because they're in the middle of their work week. They're kind of in a serious mode. They're sober, and they're like in the middle of the work week. They're not thinking about leaving.
Hmm.
Back then, especially. You know.
So you're talking about in the '80s, or you're talking about
The 80s especially, yeah.
because I know nowadays that they crank the stuff out all day long every day. You know.
Yeah, well, I was recently, and within the last few years, I was at the Gibson Custom Shop on a weekend, on a Friday afternoon, and they start opening up champagne at like 3:30 in the afternoon. They start drinking at 3:30 in the afternoon. It's crazy, crazy.
Every day.
No, like on a Friday. That's when I was there. I don't know if it was every day. It was a Friday when I was there, and the alcohol was open at like 3:30 in the afternoon. It was crazy.
Man. Man. Well, I've been to the Gibson showroom in Beverly Hills, and it
Yeah.
was it was actually there was only like a couple people there. This band that I was in, we had a deal with Gibson at the time.
Hmm.
And Fender, if you can believe that. We had deals with both companies, and so my amp was a Fender, my main guitar was a Fender Tele, but we had another guitar, a second guitar, which was a Gibson 335, and I remember we went down to the Beverly Hills showroom to pick up the guitar right before leaving on a tour, and I think. Speaking, yeah, they had Kramers there as well. I remember they had some of the new Kramer like Berettas on the wall and stuff.
Hmm.
I remember checking that stuff out at the time. Of course, growing up on Kramer guitars, you had to check the stuff out. Wow, everybody's asking me questions about Mike. Dang. Joe is popping up here. Jim is popping up. Oh, excuse me. What are you guys asking me? Johnny, does your friend Mike still own the Kramer? Yes. That he won in the contest? Oh yeah, of course he does. Yes, he'll always have that thing. He'll always have that thing. Um, and yeah, it's an amazing, amazing guitar. People have hounded him for decades, literally decades, about that thing. It's been 30. It's been what? That was 85. 32 years.
Hmm.
Is that?
Yeah.
Dang.
Les Bellion asks Dave, how do you install the eye hooks into a Stripe Series guitar? Does it just screw right in? Well, it's going to make the holes in your guitar bigger because the screw is a bigger screw than the one that's coming out of your guitar. So just realize that if you're going to put them in, you're not going to put the old ones back in because they'll never go back in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, unless you use like some major dowels,
Yeah.
which you can do. But as you were talking about like resale and stuff, if you're gonna resell the stuff, I wouldn't do that. you know. But like our friend from Guitar, the Guru Network.
Yes.
What is it?
Guitar
Um,
Hero Network.
he did a post last night on Facebook.
Years.
Keith, yeah. He was asking about resale on guitars, and different people were chiming in, and I commented saying, as far as resale in the guitar, I used to never care, never, you know. When I play a guitar on stage in the studio or whatever, I trash the thing,
Hmm.
you know. Um, they become a part of me is kind of what I was saying, and so I guess the only way I could really resell them is if somebody wanted a guitar from me, I guess. If you want a
Right.
guitar that Johnny used or toured with or whatever, I guess that's the only way I could actually get anything out of it. Otherwise, it'd be a piece of junk to somebody.
Hmm.
Um, but then I said, like I was just talking about Gibson and Fender, you know, how we had deals with them, and when we get gear from them, you know, like let's say that Gibson guitar. Every time I played that on stage, I was very, very careful. You
Yeah,
know,
you'd have to be. It's unfortunate when when it's not really your gear. I know that they
you know.
sponsored you guys, but it was on loan,
Yeah.
correct? That was on.
It kind of was, but kind of wasn't. I think it was well because we played a show. We were on this tour, and we played a show at this place called was it Antone's
Oh, I love that place. Antone's is beautiful.
in
It's a great
Austin,
place to play. Yeah, great place to
Austin,
play.
Texas. We played this place called Antone's. We played there a couple times, but this one time when we played there, the Gibson guy came out and he was watching us. And I remember we were asking him, we're like, "Hey, can we put a Bigsby on this thing?" And he's like, "Yeah, do whatever you want to it." You know. So, and actually, it was the drummer of the band. He might still have the guitar, actually. The drummer. He actually plays guitar though. Yeah, we got a Joan Jett. I remember we got a Joan Jett guitar from them.
Oh wow,
Um, that our singer used. Yeah, and yeah, I don't.
black one, was it black?
I don't remember. That was at the very tail end of that band when we got that, and then I think the last show we ever did was South by Southwest.
Right.
I think that was the last time we ever played together. And then, of
Mhm.
course, you guys know, I went to the South by Southwest guitar show and got a guitar from there.
Yeah.
Um, but I remember we had the deal with Gibson, and so we were getting guitars from them. But then we had the same deal with Fender at the same time, and that's how I got my amp,
Hmm.
my 212 Hot Rod. Was it DeVille or whatever it is, whatever the 212 one is. Um, and then just used to get different things from them, and then what else? Which is Planet Waves? Is that the same thing?
Yeah,
D'Addario. Yeah. So I had to deal with D'Addario as well from the same tour. That's the thing. Kids, get on a tour. That you guys want endorsements? Get on a tour. That's how you get them.
that's
Um,
that's one good way.
because you're out there on stage and people see you using the stuff. That's the
Hmm.
that's the main thing. Yeah, so I had the D'Addario thing and then Planet Waves as well. So I was getting picks, strings, straps, all that stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but anyway, but yeah, but yeah, going back to the using talking about the guitar guru Keith, his post last night. Um, I had said anything that's on loan or whatever, I'm really careful with, you know. If it's my guitar, if I'm playing that guitar on stage, I'm going crazy. I'm going nuts. I mean, look at that. The pickup, I rocked the pickup right out of that thing. you know, if I'm doing that, it's insane. But if I'm playing something on loan from somebody, I play like George Harrison, real just standing there, and then I just bow at the end.
It's very funny. It's actually it actually is a hindrance because you don't really play the way you play. When you're using someone else's gear, or
Yeah.
when
Oh
you have to
yeah,
worry
yeah.
about when you have to worry about keeping it in tip top shape.
Somebody else's stuff. Yeah, yeah. Because there was many shows where we'd show up and the opening band would break a string, or they wouldn't have a guitar. So there were several times where I would give my guitar to like different bands to use. So I've had so many people and so many other bands use my gear, even my whole setup. I've offered my setup to many different people because that's just how I am,
Mm.
you know? Like if anybody needs anything, I'll always like you know.
Yeah, sure.
If I go to a show, uh, well, let's say on tour, if I'm touring with other bands, or if there's other bands on the bill, if that band breaks a string, I'll be the first one to run back, grab my guitar, and throw it to the guy. You know, and I'll
Yeah.
fix it. I'll fix his string on the side of the stage. You know,
Hmm.
I've had people. I've had many people over the years.
That deserves some thumbs up
I've
just
I've
by
had,
you
I've,
saying that.
I've
Just by
had
you saying that, people need a thumbs up for that.
well, it's true. It's true.
I
It's
know,
I've
but
done
you know,
it.
they got to give you thumbs ups for that.
Well,
So,
I've done it so many times. I'll still do it. I
mhm.
mean, that's just who I am. I can't bear to see, like the opening band or another band that you're playing with struggle.
Yeah,
If they break a string, if their stuff's not working, I'll be the
yeah,
first guy to jump on stage, help them figure out what they're doing, give them my guitar, you know. Let's
yeah,
say the guy's rocking out, rips his shirt off. I'll take my shirt off. I'll give him my shirt. I
yeah.
mean, you know.
That's a little too much info.
Okay, well, you know what I'm saying. That's you know what I'm saying though.
Yeah, I know. So listen, Steve Anderson has a question. Comparing Ed's Kramer 5150 to the new EVH Stripe Series 5150, what can we do other than adding the Kramer decal to the headstock to get it closer to Ed's? Well, before I answer that question, I'm going to tell you that I guarantee you that if and when Eddie Van Halen and Van Halen play again when they go on tour, he's going to play the guitar just as you see it. He's going to play that guitar just as you see it, exactly the same way that everyone else gets the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to buy that guitar, that's the way Eddie's going to play it. There's not going to be any upgrades to it. It's just going to be that guitar. So I personally would not try to make that guitar look like his old guitar. Because first of all, you're not going to be able to relic it and make it look like the old guitar. Because the relicing process, if you're going to relic it on purpose to look like Ed's old guitar, it has to be done when you adhere each color. As you do each color, that color gets reliced before you put the other color on. So the only other thing you can do is maybe put a JB in it for it to sound, but it's not going to be the same thing because the original guitar is poplar and the new guitar is basswood. So a JB in basswood is going to sound different than a JB in poplar. Mm-hmm. So my advice to you, Steve, is if you get that guitar, if you want to put the Kramer decal on, great. That's why they left you that space. They left that space open so that you could put a Kramer decal there.
Yeah, look, there it is. That's it right there.
Yeah. So that's the only upgrade that I would do to it. I would leave it as is because rest assured that if and when Van Halen plays again, Eddie's going to use that guitar exactly the way you see it.
Well,
he may have eye hooks. He may put eye hooks in his, but that's it.
He'll probably have eye hooks in it, but not even like touring. You know, I'm sure at some point you will see photos and video of Edward playing that thing, regardless of where he is. You know, yeah. he'll be at George Lopez plays playing it.
Yeah,
you know, he'll be in the studio playing it. You know,
absolutely.
So you'll see it. You'll definitely see it, and it'll. You know, I mean, that's the thing because if you see it, and let's say if he does something different to it, you know, then you can do that to yours. You know. Wait and see. Just wait and see. And like I'm saying, it's amazing. It's incredible. You know, just wait and see that guitar when you see it. You know, it might be one of those guitars that you pick up and you'll want to, like I was saying, you want to play, you know, like the Beatles and just bow and not go crazy because you don't want to scratch the thing. You know? Because yeah, it's I know for a lot of you guys, it's really hard to envision that guitar because you're so used to seeing the one that it's kind of, you know, made after that one. It's so beat up, so relict, you know, and not just, I mean, relict. I mean, it was beat up, you know, from touring, and that was his main guitar for a lot of years.
Yeah.
You know, but so it probably is kind of weird seeing a guitar looking like that and brand new and whatever. And a lot of people say the headstock is different. And remember, you know, they couldn't get the original shape to that. I mean, that's somebody else owns that. So Just think of this guitar as the next evolution of that guitar. You know, just
Absolutely.
think of it like that. And I guarantee you will see Edward with the thing because because he like the ad says, he plays the stuff they sell. He uses. So just wait and see. I mean, look at me. I'm there holding it right there. I couldn't believe it. They're awesome. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and good evening, Frank C.
Les Bellion, I can't give you a size of the dog clips. I don't know exactly what size they are. You just have to kind of eyeball them. I don't, there's no specific size to ask for. You just kind of have to look and see, you have to kind of match it to what Ed's using. Craig, what's up, man? Long time no see. Saw Guitar Wannabe today at Joe Suma's place.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, man. Great player, by the way. Great guitar player.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Frank.
What else we got?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So I figured, tonight, I mean, of course, we've got the chat box and there's questions and everything, but, I think you guys will be very, very, you'll be very, very happy with all the new stuff that EVHGEAR has released this year. Especially that new 5150 guitar. I can't stop talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
People are, I posted all these photos of it to my Instagram. It would have been the Sunday. What was NAMM? Was that almost 2 weeks ago? It was exactly 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because today's Friday, so I was there. I was there 2 weeks ago. Today.
Yes.
Yeah. I was there. I got there Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Got there Thursday. That photo that you see. Where is it? Turn this off. That photo you see right there. That was. Well, actually, no. I took this on the Sunday morning. But that other photo I showed you, where I was holding the guitar up, that was taken Thursday night. I was there with the Gerd and
That's funny because you kind of look like Gerd in that photo.
and John. Really?
Mm-hmm.
We look very much alike. But what was I gonna say?
I don't know. I just derailed you.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah. So yeah, 2 weeks ago is when I was there and got to see the stuff and you guys, you'll be impressed, because I know the majority of you guys probably watching this video have only seen that guitar in pictures and videos. The majority of you guys, right? Has to be. But when you see it, you'll dig it. You'll definitely dig it. And same goes with the amp. LBX2,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. Yeah. Just wait, man. It's great stuff.
Joe Wentz asked if you and I can briefly talk about when both of us met Eddie. I can't do it briefly. My story takes forever. So.
I can tell you exactly. I met him at a party, said hi to him, shook his hand, took a picture. The end. That was it.
Well,
yeah, but also, I'm not gonna. That's the kind of thing I'm not gonna talk about on here. There's I'll gladly tell you to go buy the gear. I'll gladly tell you to, I love the guitars, but there's certain things that, there you go.
You're a strange man, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Chris, I have told that story on these things. You need to do a little bit of research back on one of these hangouts, and you'll hear the whole story. It took me like an hour to talk about. That's why I don't want to talk about it again. But if you look back a few months,
you know what you can do? Tell, like, if you want to tell the story in details or whatever you want to do it on your channel. And that way you can like do your own thing, take as long as you want, and it'll be like right there.
Are you telling me not to do this on your channel?
No, I'm just saying.
All right,
I
don't.
You can take your time.
No.
You can take your time. You can make some sort of huge, thing, and then refer people to that video instead of like on the spot. Like when we do this, we're live. We're on the spot.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean, though. That's all I'm saying is you can take your time. You can,
Yeah, I agree. Adam, yes, I did get that Japanese magazine from Molly. It's the Bible. That magazine is the Bible. What's that called?
Guitar Man.
Yeah, Guitar Man, Young Guitar.
The Guitar Man magazine, or it's almost like a book, isn't it? It's kind of a book. I mean, it's not like magazine.
It's a book. Yes, it's
pages.
Yeah, it's a book. Let's see. Oh, Pris, I don't remember. You know what I'll do is I'll help you look for it. I'll look it up and I'll do however try to catalog it. It was a while ago, but I'll have to help look.
Huh? Well, that's why I said you can always redo it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. But yes, we both did get to meet Eddie, and it's a really cool thing to be able to do that.
He's a very, very, very. I mean, I get a lot of hate. When I say this, he's just a normal person. He's like you and me. And I know people don't want to hear that. They don't like to hear that. He's just a normal dude. He
the only time it's not normal is when he's holding a guitar. That's
well, yeah. I mean, yeah, he's just a normal guy. I mean, he does stuff that he just happens to play guitar and make music that we all grew up on and we all love. But yeah, it is magical though to watch him. That last tour, the 2015. I saw them it was Concord, California, and I happened to be like 10 rows back, which really isn't that far back if you're there. I spent the whole time watching him play the guitar, just saying, "Wow," because I had already met him before that, so I'd already shook his hand, talked to him, all that stuff. But I'd never seen him that close up actually playing. And it is definitely it's what's the word?
Surreal.
When you're not like in a trance, if you're
mesmerized.
Yeah, you're just like watching and like, am I actually seeing this? Am I actually seeing, because when he plays it looks like it's effortless. There's no, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys know what I'm saying, but it's it's amazing and incredible. Those are my two words for today.
Amazing and incredible.
It's incredibly amazing.
50 people watching right now. 41 thumbs ups.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in. And
one crazy person.
Yeah. You?
Nope.
Yeah. So I don't know when we'll have to bail. I'll let you guys know. I'll figure that out. We went a little early today just because I knew we'd have to bail somewhere around the 5:30, 8:30 mark somewhere. Adam says starstruck. Huh?
I thought that movie was Moonstruck.
Moonstruck.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's kind of. I mean, I know this probably makes no sense what I'm saying right now, but um, you go to Nam, you see all these, Joe rock stars. I mean, well, first of all, at Nam, everybody's a rock star. Everybody in there, you know. Um, you walk around and let's say you run it, you see, I saw Steve I actually, which I know
Hmm.
to you said you worked them or worked with them or whatever. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but
No.
I'd never seen him before, but I saw him, but it was cool. It was kind of like, oh, that's Steve I, that's cool, I could have taken a picture, but I didn't. I'm just like, oh, um, as far as starstruck, I've never that doesn't happen. But I'm thinking more. I think if you see like movie stars, you know, if you see some sort of like huge movie star in person, I think that's more where where uh where it's more like starstruck. I don't get starstruck with people in music, rock stars or whatever, because I've met so many people, I've worked with so many people. It's just um it's I don't know. What am I trying to say? The people, rock stars are regular people. Movie stars are the ones that are like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Does that make
I
any kind of
get it.
sense? Maybe because you see them on the screen and they're like this huge,
Well,
large.
here's the other thing. Whether you know whether you realize it or not, and we do the same thing that the rock stars do. We're in the same business. We're not making the same money, and we're not famous like they are, but we kind of do what they do. So, but we're not movie stars. We don't do movies. So it's that. I think it has to do with it has a little bit to do with we know we without sounding like we're like them, because of course we're not, but we do the same thing they do. They just they're just, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like we both play guitar,
Well, you're
we
sitting
both
there.
make music, we
You're
both
sitting there
make
with a
music.
towel, like you just got done, doing your scene. You know,
That's just
I'm not
wrong.
talking that. No, no, no. I'm not talking about that kind of movie.
Just
I'm just saying,
wrong.
you're sitting there with in the director's chair. You just got done.
And you just got finished driving a taxi.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love these hats, man.
I know you do.
Um, but no, I'm just saying, with rock stars or whatever they are, it's just like they're regular people. Oh, awesome. With the movie, if I was to see, some huge movies, if I was to see Brad Pitt, I'd probably be more like, you know, I'd probably scream.
Really?
You
With
know,
Brad Pitt?
you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Does that make any kind of sense? Oh, I
Who
don't
knows?
know. I don't know. Either way, thank you everybody for watching this, though. Thank you for the comments, the questions. The questions are just, man, so many. We don't even know where to begin with that stuff. Um, but if you dig this stuff, leave a thumbs up. That lets us know that you enjoyed this. Subscribe to the channel if you dig this stuff. We go live. Sean says not Brad Pitt. Well, you know what I mean. Or what if you were to see Harrison Ford? There you go. What if you were to see Harrison Ford, you know, doing his laundry at a laundromat? Wouldn't you just be like, well, this is incredible? You know, Han Solo, Indiana Jones. You know,
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe that's the difference because with people in music, they're always them. They're always the same person. They make records, they guest on other people's albums or whatever, but it's always them. With a movie star, that they're always, Harrison Ford is Han Solo and Indiana Jones. Come on. Does that make any kind of sense?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different things wrapped up in that. If that makes any kind of sense at all.
No, you're
I,
right. You're
I don't
you're
know.
you're right. You're right. To meet Han Solo is kind of like, it's kind of like meeting not a Jedi because he's not a Jedi, but close to it. Kind
His kid is a Jedi. Although you wouldn't know because you haven't seen that movie yet. I just spoiled it. Whoops.
of. Really?
Oh, it's been a year. Everybody's seen it except Dave. Um, oh, now everybody's talking about
Yes, everyone's talking about who they met.
meeting Brad Pitt. Yeah, I mean that's just what I'm saying.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't get starstruck. When I was a kid, yeah, of course. But as you get older, not that I'm old,
Mhm.
um, you see, you meet. I meet so many people all the time. I see people all the time. Where I live. I could see so and so, such and such on any given day.
Mhm.
Maybe you could too. Where you are. Um, so it gets to where it's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, they're just normal, regular people. They just happen to do things that we enjoy. And I guess movie stars. I guess it's the same thing. Um, but I don't know. I haven't seen too many movie stars. I think. That's
Right.
the difference. That's the difference. You want to see me, go crazy and yeah, maybe if I get invited to the Oscars or the Academy Awards or whatever. But speaking of that, I'm playing a gig up in Oakland at a warehouse. We do this Oscars party every Oscars night or whatever it is. It's a Sunday night. I'm not sure what the date is, but I'll be playing a gig there with my friend TC. We're playing her original music and some covers. And I will be playing a Wolfgang EVH Wolfgang guitar.
Nice. Harry
Uh,
Evans says, "Hey Dave, I saw the Wolfgang special I want. It was Black Cherry Burst. Love it." Well, Harry, I was just at Greenwich Music today in Connecticut. Joe Suma is one of the guys that he's the guy that owns the place, and he watches this show a lot, and he's in the chat box a lot. I don't know that he's there today because today's his son's birthday, but he had a brand spanking new one in that color hanging in his store today. So why don't you give him a holler, give him a call, and tell him that I told you to call. Get it from him. It's not even, it doesn't even have a fingerprint on it. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. Black Cherry Burst, made in Mexico special with a maple neck, arch top. Beautiful guitar. Check it out.
cool, cool. Yeah, yeah. Awesome guitars. Awesome stuff. Jay Maxey says I'd get starstruck if I ever got to see the Beebs.
Oh,
Um.
J Max must
Uh.
be a young dude.
Well. Yeah, it'd be cool to see him. I don't know if I would. I mean, well, I don't follow him at all. I don't listen to his music. I don't know anything about him. Although I did hear an interview with his mom one time, and she sounded like a really 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 cool person. You know, that's
That's
all I
cool.
know. That's all I know. That's
Take
it.
care, Adam. See you soon.
See you, Adam. Oh man. Um.
Michael Smith, I don't remember what he said about giving away a case. Oh, maybe that was for the 5150 guitar. I think if you buy a 5150 guitar from him, he'll give you a gig bag.
Joe Suma at Greenwich Music in Riverside, Connecticut. Yeah, he was saying if you buy a EVHGEAR 5150 from him, he'll give you the best price and he'll throw in an EVH gig bag free, is what he was saying. So, yeah, hit him up. Definitely hit him up for those things. He's got those things pre-ordered.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see what somebody just said. Where is it? Oh, the chat's going by. They talked about if they could meet two celebrities. Did you see that?
No.
Man, this chat is just trucking tonight, man.
I know.
Wow.
It's going fast. The Omegas asks Johnny, Dave, what is your favorite guitar effect? Oh, boy. Mine is probably tremolo. I love tremolo.
Favorite guitar effect? I would say mine would be echo, would be like delay. That's my favorite.
Chris Thomas says, my daughter, Becca, says, hi, my 5150 is on order. Awesome. Say hi to Becca for us.
Nice. Nice. Hey, Chris. Hey, Becca. Thank you for watching. And yeah, awesome. You ordered that guitar. Yeah, when you get it, you'll have to send in some pictures of that. We'd love to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Michael Smith. Digital delay. Yeah. Well, for me, when I say delay, I mean I love all delays, but analog for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like that pedal you just got. The Echoplex. The Echoplex
Sure.
echo delay. Yeah. I got to get that thing, man.
Rosie McPherson is here. Hello, Rosie. She says, I met and photographed Victor Wooten today.
Oh, cool.
How is Victor?
Very cool. Hey, Rosie. Wow. See? Happens every day. Awesome. Awesome, everybody.
Yeah. So we have 51 people watching right now. 51. Count them. 1, 2,
Nice.
3, 4, 5.
52,
6,
I think.
52. I got to count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that'll kill time. Let's count how many thumbs ups we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, slower?
I lost. Wait a second. I lost my
2.
spot. 1, 2.
Oh, and there's the train. It messed me up.
Oh, wait.
Where was I? 1, 2.
47.
When you guys count your dollars, you know, you start with 1 or do you start with 100?
I start with a couple hundred and work my way backwards.
Man. All right, we got to go. It's time to go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And we'll see you guys Monday. Johnny Bean. JohnBean.com. All right. Keep rocking, everybody.
See ya.
Say goodnight.
Good night now.
I told you we'd have to jump off at any time, and here we go.
My
All right.
Quick. Bye.
Johnny Bean, JohnnyBean.com. EVHGEAR. Go get it. All right. Bye.